All right, hi there everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Star Atlas. Today, your new source for everything that's Star Atlas related. I needed to update you guys on the staking possibilities or opportunities in the Metaverse because that has changed as of last Friday. So in my last video, I told you guys about the different options. So let's just start with the first one, which is the least risky one. And just remember that everything I say in this video is only for your entertainment purpose. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So let's go through that. Solfarm. It is a lending platform. They also have some leveraged farming, but unless you know what you're doing, I wouldn't touch that. But just for the lending part, you can lend different pairs of assets, and the ones we're concerned with is Atlas and Polis, which you can lend at a rate of 54% right now, and the Polis you can lend it at 45%. Now these percentages are going to change depending on the utilization rate, which is right here. And when this utilization reaches 95%, you can read here, borrowing will be disabled. That just means that you can't borrow in that pair anymore. That doesn't concern the lender, but if this is a high number, that's good for the lender, because the higher this number, then the higher the interest reward if you're lending in that pool. The other option I mentioned was Raydium, where you can stake into a liquidity pool. So this is very different from lending. If you're lending, you don't have any impermanent loss risk. If you're putting it into a liquidity pool, there are different risks. I put a video explaining what that risk is. I'll put a link at the top right corner. You can click on it to go check it out. So the possibilities are, if you have some Ray and some Polis, you can stake these in a 50-50 pool. So you'll put 50% Raydium, 50% Polis, or you can also do it in the USDC Polis pool. And in that case, it's the same thing. You'll just put 50% in one asset and 50% in the other. And the rates we have right now for Polis Ray, 134%, the Atlas Ray, 121%, and for the Polis USDC, 61%, Atlas USDC, 94%. And you can even check the difference, how these are paid out. So the 134% here, it's made out of the fees. So whenever people swap, whenever they swap Polis into Ray or Ray into Polis, there's a 7.29% fee. That's the daily fee or the annual fee that is contributed into that pool that goes back to you. There's 26% that comes back into Ray, and there's 100% that comes back into Polis. So all that aggregated equals that 134%. And you can see the difference for all of these pools. All right, and now there's a new option. As of last Friday, Orca has opened some pools for Polis and for Atlas. They are the Atlas USDC and the Polis USDC. Now, you see the returns here, 39%, 35%. You're going to tell yourself, oh, that's much lower than the pools that I can get on Raydium. But there's a catch to it. So these are the returns that you see here are the trading fees. So the same thing as you saw on Raydium before, and the emission APR, which is issued in the Orca token. But they have this double dip feature, which adds another layer of return. So if you go into double dip, you can see here that you get an extra 163%, which is paid out in Atlas. And for Polis, you get an extra 125%, which is paid out in Polis. So you're going to get three rewards actually. You're going to get the trading fees for people that are swapping into the pools, which is something like, what was it, 7% or something like that. You're going to get the Orca emission rewards, which was something like 30%. And you're going to get these rewards here that are going to be issued into the token of these pools, so Polis and Atlas. So altogether, it makes for about 200-ish% for the Atlas and 170-ish% for the Polis. Now this is not going to last, because the reason why these emissions are so high right now on the Orca side is because these are new pools, so they don't have the same liquidity that a Raydium has, so they're a bit higher. But as soon as more people commit to these pools, their returns are going to get lower. But also they have this special festival going on right now where the aqua farm or the Orca emissions have been doubled for the next 2 weeks. So that also increases the rewards that you get for putting money into these pools. So this is an option that has just been added. I highly suggest you look into it. I think the returns are pretty nice for the moment, and it doesn't cost anything. So if you get out of the Raydium pool, you're going to pay absolutely no transaction fee except the sol fees, and you can just go out and get into the other pool. You won't have any costs. Going out of a liquidity pool doesn't cost you anything, and you'll have the same exact amount of Polis USDC whether you're in one or in the other. It's just the returns that are going to be different. So this was just to update you on this, and you can look into these 3 platforms for the moment. They're the only ones where you can put Polis and Atlas if you want to stake them. The game is not live right now. It's going to be at least another month until we can start staking Polis or Atlas, and I'm saying at least another month. I would expect that to be closer to 1.5 months or maybe even 2 months. So we have to see for that. But for the moment, these are the options that you have. So I hope this helps you make your decisions, and I'll see you guys around.